The Innovators is brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today? Columbus Business Solutions, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, The Gleaner, Future Services International, and Silver Star Motors. Meet the Innovators, Yannick Page and Gary Matalin. Over the next several weeks, they'll be helping aspiring and struggling entrepreneurs to make more money. Yannick Page launched her first business at age 17 and knows how to start a business on a shoestring budget. She's a certified trainer in entrepreneurship and workforce innovation and is also the founder of the award-winning company, Future Services International. Gary Matalin is the co-founder and director of New Stone Limited. This successful entrepreneur is also the co-founder of KLE Group, owners and operators of Fiction Lounge and Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records. This week, they will be joined by guest innovator Franklin McGibbon of Acumen Pro.
Gary, Frank, today we have Stephen Gibson, and he is the owner of Store to Door Jamaica. He has an online supermarket.
Cool
he
name.
needs our help. Yeah, I like the name, right? So let's take a look.
My name is Stephen Gibson. I'm the operations manager of StoreToDoorJA.com. Well, 2 years ago, my brother and I decided that we would like to open up a wholesale in downtown Kingston. It was a lot of challenges that, we faced trying to get the place, getting goods to put on the shelf, everything, but we overcame all of that. Now, we see that we want to go forward now into a new direction of delivery, and that is how StoreToDoorJA.com has come about. StoreToDoorJA.com. Why we are here is to help people to spend more time with their families. Let us do all the work. Let us walk through all the aisles. Let us, stand in that long line at the supermarket. We will bring everything to you, and you can trust in us that we will get you the right meats and groceries and produce straight to your door. StoreToDoorJA.com. Right now, I really need that assistance with it to make it even into a better brand, a global brand. And that's what I'm trying to get and push forward.
Very cool. I'm dying to hear more about it. Let's bring him in now.
All right.
I feel very positive about meeting the innovators because I know that the business I'm putting forward is one that can definitely grow, and all it needs is just some exposure.
Stephen, really cool concept. It's very novel. It's not something I'm accustomed to seeing. Tell me a bit more about how it works. Is it that you mark up the goods that are being bought? Is it that you make the money after transportation? Tell me more about the business model.
Okay, what we have here, Gary, is I'm into the grocery business right now. Store to Door JA is a new grocery delivery service business. Now, I know that it's not really familiar to Jamaica, but we're trying to introduce something new to the market. What it is that we do here is that you can call in, you can go over the internet and make your order, and then we try to deliver on a very timely basis.
So the people don't have to leave their house, number one, and number two, they're getting it at a better price than they would have done at the supermarket itself.
Definitely.
How big is this market, and what research have you done to estimate, just how big this market is? Because I did some research, really trying to prepare as best as possible for your assignment. And one thing that was interesting was that online supermarkets in the US don't do well. As a matter of fact, just about 20% of Americans are interested in trying to shop online, just even trying. They haven't even had 20% engagement. In Asia, it's much higher. 77% are willing to shop online. In Latin America, the figures go to 51%. So I'm just wondering what percentage of our market would be interested in shopping online?
The rough research that I've done, I've seen at least where 30% of households in the Kingston 6, Kingston 8 area and the Kingston 19 area are interested in the convenience of getting their groceries to them on time. Whether it be that old lady who cannot really venture out, or it's that working couple who is very busy and they'd like to just know that they have their grocery at home and on time.
Fuel costs over the last 3 years have gone up about 30%. How do you handle your delivery costs? Do you add it on, or is it a part of your?
Our delivery service operates like this. If you buy over a certain amount, sometimes we put a figure at the moment at $10,000, you get free delivery depending on where you're situated. If you're maybe a little bit further, we start the delivery at $500. And it can get to be, 500 to 1,000, but we try not to pass it by 1,000. Why? Because we try to do group deliveries. So because we're doing the group deliveries, your order alone won't borne the cost of transportation.
You have anything that's refrigerated, because you're carrying meat, you're probably carrying cold things. How do you manage that?
When we're carrying the meat, we have a big igloo that has dry ice in it. So we just put the meat in there and it's kept frozen all the way.
Stephen, who would be the main persons that you're targeting?
I'm not really focusing on one specific group within itself. As long as you use the internet and the website, you can shop with us.
You can't just say everybody's going to buy. Because the truth is, not everybody's going to be willing to buy. And not everybody who is online is going to be willing to buy. So immediately I know that you're going to have to refine your target market some more.
Still to come on the Innovators.
Business in general has its cycles. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. However, we have the open front grocery store where people can come into, so that kind of helps balance the whole equation right there.
Stop 1 second. What's your cash cow, Stephen? What I'm trying to get at, where are you really making the money? Very often in business, you have a good business idea, you have something that you know is going to be a winner, you pitch it to somebody and they tell you no. So what? In business, you're going to hear no 1,000 times. As a matter of fact, you will hear no far more often than you hear yes. Entrepreneurs have to get used to no. Flash it off. No means nothing. Smile. Tomorrow, you start all over again. The important thing is to keep trying. Once you keep trying, you must succeed.
Service is key in this time of need for everyone, and if you can find something that can facilitate some change in someone's life that is a needed change, such as store-to-door.ja.com, I think it could be something that could grow and be brilliant.
Is it strictly online supermarket? Suppose I don't have a computer, but I would like to call and make my order and you deliver it to me.
Yes, you can. You can fax in your order. When we develop a relationship, we have a customer representative who can call you and just go through your list with you, because we try to keep that on file of what Gary Matalan orders every week. So you don't have to remember, I bought 5 pounds of rice last week.
What about specific brands?
Yeah, man, or specific brands. We know what you like, what you don't like, how you like your cuts of meat, how you like. So it's really just, catering to those individuals who want that specialty service. We have a triple check system here at store-to-door.ja.com. Every list that is going out is checked by 3 different individuals to make sure that everything is A-OK. However, in that rare case, maybe in transportation, something happened out of the ordinary. If there's something wrong with the order, yes, we definitely will refund, or we definitely will the exchange. It's not a problem. All our main concern is that the customer is satisfied.
Is the demand for your business able to keep your business up?
Business in general has its cycles. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. However, we have the grocery store, that open front grocery store where people can come into, so that kind of helps balance the whole equation right there.
Stop 1 second. When you say balance the whole equation, is it that the grocery side of your business, the store,
yeah,
is that subsidizing the online delivery,
Yeah, right now
it's subsidizing it?
It kind of helps it. Yeah, definitely. However,
what's your cash cow, Stephen? What I'm trying to get at, where are you really making the money?
well, in the both aspects, I'm kind of breaking even. Some months we really have a month where, you know, we make a loss. You know, some months it's a little bit better. But I'd say, boy, where we want to reach is where we're making much better profits to keep the operation flowing and going.
I definitely think we have enough, and our aim now is to help you make more money. That's why you're here. So give us an opportunity to have a discussion and to look at how we can come up with a plan to get you on the road to success. I love that he's trying something innovative and that he's moving, you know, online. However, my concern is, you know, the size of the market and whether or not, you know, he has, as you pointed out, the demand that will sustain it. I'm just wondering about just how difficult this model is and whether or not he has the resources to sustain it and if it's even worth it financially.
What I think we need to look at in this instance in particular is that his core business was supermarket business. He has a supermarket, and I think this was kind of born out of his desire to do more volume. So from that aspect, I take my hat off to him. That's the way he needs to go. He needs to be looking outside the box. That's great. What I think he needs to understand is the realities of it as a standalone business.
One of the ways he could probably make this work is to target communities where you have a large number of people, you know. So you could target a Long Mountain community, see if you could get, you know, deliveries there since his base is in Kingston. There are a number of huge apartment complexes that big. Oaklands is another big one.
To get the concentration of
exactly.
talking about.
So maybe what he could do is to target those larger townhouses, target those apartments, and then see if he can be strategic and get some winners there.
I'm interested in his market research and why he decided to go into business if it was based on market research. Because if it was, you'd probably want to profile who were the persons who wanted the service. Was it professional single women, couples? I mean, who's the target market? Other than that, the one or two here or there is a recipe for disaster.
Listen, we had a chance to discuss your situation.
Okay.
One of the things that concerns us is the effort that you're putting behind going for a real kind of mass approach in the onset. And, you know, that takes a lot of your time, your effort, your resources. And the fear is that while you may be able to gain some ground in terms of getting customer base and stuff like that, it may not translate into a profitable business for you.
If you make a 10% margin and you have costs, recurring costs like salaries, electricity, for about 50,000, immediately it means that you have to make sales of at least 500,000 per month. And if you're going to add the cost for you to survive of another 50,000, it means bare minimum you need to be making $1 million per month from sales. I want you to go and look at the figures, not just to say you're breaking even in a very general way, but I want to see what you have and let us discuss it when you come back.
The other thing is that when you do the research, look at what people are asking for. I know, for example, that households are interested in getting fresh market produce. More and more people are eating healthier. They want fresh food. The difficulty is in getting that. It's hard to get in supermarkets. If you could have to provide a solution, you know, to that, you know, so I mean, you're downtown, can you source fresh market produce, things that are difficult for people to get, pair that with some of your offerings, and then you have a great selling proposition, you know, then you have something that is distinct that people are willing to pay a premium for and seek you out for. So with that said, we're going to send you off on your assignments. We are wishing you the best of luck, and we can't wait to hear what progress you've made.
It's now time for the assignments.
So tell me something, Stephen. Do you just deliver in Kingston, or can I get your products in Manchester, St. Elizabeth, all across the island?
Well, for now it's Kingston and St. Andrew, but hopefully one day we want to branch out. But right now, it's just in Kingston and St. Andrew, the corporate area.
Are you doing a cash flow projection to be able to track the expenses in your business and when you need to pay them?
I try to, Alison.
Okay.
I try to.
But you know what happens with that though, right? Because if you're not doing a cash flow projection,
you
then will have a lot of surprises. Are you taking your bank statement and reconciling it?
I try to.
You try to?
Yeah.
Well, I want you to make me a promise. Okay. Each month, when you get that bank statement,
yeah,
I need you to go and reconcile that back to say how many checks have cleared,
okay,
what is outstanding, because the cash that you have in the business is not what's in your bank account,
okay,
if it is not reconciled. So, do you have a 5-year plan?
No, I don't have one.
You don't have a 5-year plan?
I just live day by day.
Boy, you know, it's exciting to live day by day, but without a 5-year plan, it's very difficult to know where the business is going.
Okay.
So if you don't have, whether it's a budget, whether it's a projection of expenses, you need to know when certain costs are predicted as much as possible.
Coming up on The Innovators.
You came in here because you really wanted to promote this service. You wanted to make more money. Is there anything that you've learned here that has helped you make more money?
Remember paralegal turned bag maker Karen Hutton? She quit her job after appearing on the show, but did she make the right decision?
I quit my full-time job and I'm now fully operating my own business. I'm able to meet my demands better. I'm able to focus on my orders. Orders are up, and it's really an enjoyable process doing my orders and being able to focus more on the business. Since the airing of The Innovators, a lot of persons have been calling. The very night that the program aired, I was watching the page and the likes were going like crazy. You know, persons were calling, are very interested, or excited. Even persons from my own church who didn't really know that I did bags were calling me and, you know, really excited about seeing me on the program. And since then, I've really been receiving a lot of orders, more orders since being on the program.
Thank you, Stephen, for taking the time to meet with me today. With regards to your existing websites, you are now saying to me that you would like us to revamp your website.
Correct.
Okay. And now what happens is that obviously we couldn't go and use your website. We could use your concept from the website, but obviously we would host it from the Jamaican Yellow Pages. And after 12 months, it would actually all be yours, which is a real good thing.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go straight to the heading of where your advert would go, which is supermarkets and grocers retail. And the good thing about the Jamaican Yellow Pages, we're actually very transparent. So we'll be able to tell you how many people are actually going on to search for you and view you with obviously the keywords. And the thing is, a lot of businesses these days do not have the time themselves to monitor and measure where they're getting the responses from. Okay. Now, when people do go onto Yellow Pages, obviously how you see, for example, this client here appear as a full page, exactly how you'll see it appear online and on the mobile phone too.
I'm really looking forward to working with Jamaica YP. I know I have my work cut out for me. I can't wait to go back and tell Yannick and Gary, you know, all that I've learned and where I want to go from here. And, you know, I'm very thankful for the people at the Yellow Pages for helping me out here. And, you know, I think this can foster a very good relationship to getting store-to-door.ja.com into people's households.
It's now time to return to the boardroom and update the innovators.
Good to see you. Have a seat. You're looking sharp, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so since you were last here, a lot has happened. Tell us about what's been happening with your business.
Well, I met with Jamaica Yellow Pages. Remember, I was having a little issue with my marketing and my website, and they gave me some very helpful insight on how to get that website out there. I met with Miss Alison Peart. Alison helped me with my figures aspect of the business. So where Frank was telling me about the delivery costs and the percentages, and right there, she just kind of laid it out more for me in layman's terms, you know, the taxes issue part of it and everything. So it was very, very insightful, the people who I met.
Fantastic. What about, we talked a bit about localizing your strategy, you're getting out there and having a more focused approach geographically. What have you done where that's concerned?
What I've done in that aspect is I have kind of concentrated on just really the St. Andrew, Kingston and St. Andrew market. I'm not really heading out there as yet, whereas I said before, Portmore and St. Catherine, I'm kind of holding back on that right now, and I'm honing in on repeat customers and customers' friends, because sometimes I find out that they tend to live in the same geographic area. One person tells the next, so it helps me right there, especially if I'm bulk delivering. I can go to 3 different places all in the same neighborhood. So what I've done now, I'm putting together some paraphernalia for the UA market. That's where that's one market now, that UA and UTEC market for the students who are up there, who they don't really have a form of transportation. Some of them are from the rural areas, and they can call me. Maybe their orders are not going to be that big, but because it's so many of them, it can in total be a big order at the end of the day. So I'm kind of honing in right there on that UA, UTEC market up there as well.
So Stephen, I mean, we have to ask, you came in here because you really wanted to promote this service, you wanted to make more money. Is there anything that you've learned here that has helped you make more money?
What I've learned a lot from you guys, who you have helped me to meet, and just being in the environment as well. I'm not making that money yet, but I see the potential where I can definitely make the money, and for that I'm very grateful for you guys for giving me the opportunity.
Stephen is a great example of why I always have to continue to innovate. His situation is a little different than most of the other assignments. He already had a going business, and what he did was he looked to see how he could further utilize this infrastructure that he already set up. So he went to see what other value-added opportunities there were, and he got into the delivery business. Take my hat off to that.
When you see young people investing in that way and actually taking their money and putting it where their mouth is very encouraging. I will be checking up on Stephen, and I am expecting that he should do well as long as he locks into those kind of things.
I'm really hoping that Stephen enjoys some tremendous success with this new venture that he has embarked on.
Initially, I was a bit skeptical about coming on the Innovators. I guess because I didn't know what to expect. How would Gary and Yannick receive me? However, I must say that, boy, in the little time that I've been here, I've learned so much. And right now, because of this insight from the Innovators, I know I can go out there and help to serve the wider community even better. StoreToDoorJA.com is now well equipped to go out there and help you. I want to be that person that when you're thinking of groceries, you think of StoreToDoorJA.com. And I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed.
The boardroom table and chairs were provided by the Corporate Interiors International Limited. We sell solutions, not just furniture. Gary's wardrobe was provided by Max Brown Limited. Next time on The Innovators.
My mom never had the money to say, well, we could move or whatever, because I mean, she was on her own taking care of us. So I remember there was a point when the police said to her, you don't realize that they're going to kill off your daughters if you don't move.
I have a huge problem with this assignment on a number of different fronts.
Yeah.
The first thing is first. I don't even understand her business model.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
For further information on any of our assignments, please visit us at facebook.com/innovatorstv or email us at innovatorstv@gmail.com. The Innovators was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today? Columbus Business Solutions, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, The Gleaner, Future Services International, and Silver Star Motors. The Innovators is brought to you by the Jamaica